What's up, everybody? Adam here from Home Cooking Abroad, and this is another recipe for my Philly fans out there. Now, in two of my previous videos, I showed you how to make one, Philly cheesesteak dumplings, and then also you can check out the video for the Philly cheesesteak bowl up here. This is another Philly cheesesteak themed recipe. Again, I'm doing these because it's hard to come by a proper, good, soft but crusty Italian roll here. So what are you going to do when you can't find the right bread? Use other options. And since we're in China, we're using Chinese options. So this is going to be Philly cheesesteak spring rolls. Generally, this is pretty easy to make. I don't know if you can find how easy it is to find spring roll wraps where you are, but you could use any kind of flour dough. You can make them yourself even, but I'm going to be using pre-made store-bought spring roll wrap. So without further ado, and no more gilding the lily, let's get in the kitchen and let's start making some Philly cheesesteak spring rolls. Very similar to our dumpling recipe. I'm going to be using a simple hot pot beef, frozen hot pot beef. Again, the whole point of this channel and these recipes is to use what you have available, right? Make it work. So hot pot beef is everywhere. It's thin, easy to work with, quick to cook. Some kind of cheese. Obviously, I'd prefer a Cheese Whiz or a yellow cheese of some kind to be more authentic. But I happen to have this shredded mozzarella in the refrigerator, and that's what we're going to use today. Because again, make it work with what you got. And then you're going to need spring roll wraps. I don't know how common these are where you live, but you can also use any kind of, you could use a small thin tortilla or something similar. And then you'll need half an onion. First, let's just rough chop half an onion. Tops and tails. Again, you don't have to get too finely diced up, as the food processor is going to do most of the work for you. But again, if you don't have one, then yes, you're going to have to finely dice these up. But for our purposes, we do have the food processor. And go ahead and just do a rough chop. Now, if you have fresh beef, that'd be obviously better, but since we're making it work, I've got this frozen hot pot beef in here. So go ahead and add your beef. Again, I like using this for cheesesteaks because it's very thin, easy to cut, quick to cook, very much like a steak-'em back home. And add your onions. I guess about a quarter of an onion would be enough. Again, this is how, again, we're making our filling for the spring rolls. Going with some salt and pepper. I'm going to add a little of this Italian seasoning. It's just a mixture of oregano and basil and whatnot and other things. Just add some extra flavor. And then I'm going to put a little black pepper. Again, you can leave these out, add more, add less, whatever you want to do, make it to your taste, right? And then put the lid on. And you're going to go ahead and pulse this for, I don't know, a few times. Pulse. You take the lid off, and everything is ground down to a nice, fine beef and onion filling. That's what you want. And there you go. Nice. Actually, that's a pretty good spring roll. Sometimes I surprise myself. Put in your cheese, then fold, roll, fold, fold, roll, fold. dab of water, and there we go. So we forgot to put cheese in the first two. So it's okay if we make a mistake. As Bob Ross used to say, we don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. You just wrap it, put the cheese in, and re-roll it. Roll, fold. Dab of water. And spring roll. Rinse and repeat. Keep going until you've used up all of your filling and or your spring roll sheets. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with my own rolling technique. My spring rolls are getting better. Now to cook them, you could always deep fry them in oil, which is a bit more traditional. But as we try to cut back on the oil when we can, we're gonna go ahead and opt for the trusty old air fryer. So yeah, I like to use these protectors here. It's like kind of like a giant coffee filter. It's got a bit of a waxy covering to it so that things don't stick as much. And you're just gonna go ahead and put the spring rolls in. And then you're gonna just spray a little bit of oil. Just give them a light coat, help crisp them up. Into the air fryer we go. Let's see here, 200 is a bit high. I'm gonna go with my fish setting, which is 180 degrees at 15 minutes. So again, that's 180 degrees at 15 minutes. Come back and check it about halfway through. Okay, it's been about, we're about halfway through, so let's go ahead and pause, pull them out, and yeah, those are crisping up nicely. So if you want to turn them over, use tongs or something that you're not using your hands like I am. And then another few spritzes of olive oil or whatever oil you're using. Back in the air fryer and let them finish cooking. Ooh. Looks like some of them exploded, which can happen. Let's go ahead and get some tongs so I'm not using my hands with burning melted cheese. So mixed results. Not the best looking, most appetizing looking. I wouldn't exactly recommend serving these at a party or anything, but they're still going to be pretty damn delicious. For the remaining ones, we can go ahead and try and put those in traditional deep fry. So with the remaining 3 spring rolls, we're going to go ahead and do a traditional shallow fry. So we got our oil heated up. Place those in the pan of oil. See them starting to crisp up. Give me a few minutes, then we'll turn them over. All right, sizzling away for about a minute or 2 here. Just flip them over. Again, you want to keep flipping, keep rolling them over. Don't get burned too much on one side. So let's see what we got here. Now, normally, I'm a huge proponent of air fryers in the kitchen. I love my air fryer. I usually say it can cook anything, and it usually does. I've made traditional spring rolls in the past with that in my family, and it's worked fine. So I don't know if maybe the beef has too much water, the cheese has a problem. Maybe I just overfilled them, too much filling. Not sure what happened, but yeah. In this case, the traditional shallow frying method seems to have won the day. You can see here, it's the traditional deep/shallow fried, golden brown, crispy deliciousness versus the air fryer this time, which is still crispy, still be delicious, but not that pretty. As you can see, one kind of exploded on one side. So again, if I were going to be eating this at home, as I'm doing now, I wouldn't complain too much. It's still going to taste delicious. But if I were having some friends over, going to a potluck or something, I would probably stick with the traditional deep/shallow fried method, at least for this one instance. But I'm still a huge believer in air fryers. I love the air fryer. But this one time, they say a good plumber never blames his tools, so maybe it's not the air fryer. Probably not the air fryer's fault. User error. Let's chalk it up to that. And so, that being said, let's try them out. Let's try the air fryer one. Still crispy, still light, cheesy, still good, just not very pretty. And let's go to the traditional shallow fry. Crunchier, crispier, delicious. I guess classics are classics for a reason. So the air fryer didn't work too well for us this time, but again, that's probably more user error than anything else. So, try again. So until then, come back next time. Remember to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you try this recipe. Did it work in the air fryer for you? Was it just me? Am I just a bad chef? A bad cook? Right? Or is the air fryer just not cut out for this? Who knows? Let me know what you think after you try it. Right. See you later.